Makes you wonder about like the tush push, say over
Yeah,
unders on first downs, things like that. So
yeah.
yeah, I never thought about that shit. Now I want to go look at a bunch of different rule changes, that big rule changes that I had over the years and stuff like that. Like we've seen overtime, the overtime rules come into
Hmm.
play during the ending of games now. Excuse me, we just seen that actually for a while. And the irony of all of that is the fact that the team that they changed these rules to help are 0-3. 0-3
Yeah.
after changing these rules. They probably gonna change the catch rules this upcoming season, catch versus INT or some shit like that. Cause that ain't the first time that's happened. Sunday wasn't the
Hmm.
first time that happened. That happened with a Bucks and Cowboys game some years ago where nigga was down for real for the Buccaneers, and the refs gave the pick to the Cowboys. And the only
Uh-huh.
difference was this shit was like in the end zone and shit. Well, he was down before the end zone, but the way they rolled into the end zone. Dallas came up with it. I think there was a time with the Steelers and Ravens a few years ago as well, but
Well, yeah.
that ain't the first time. And we was talking yesterday. I realized that the Bills are the Utah Jazz.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I remember you. I saw the text. Yes,
Yeah,
yes. Explain.
it's just a lot
What
of
made you think? Yeah.
parallels.
What made you think that?
I was just looking at how they're imploding in our very eyes right now, from firing a head coach who shouldn't have really been fired to the owner throwing the head coach under the bus, even though there's a video of the GM that got promoted to president for drafting Keon Coleman, who they
Hmm.
essentially was calling ass in so many other ways through this whole process of I wasn't the one who picked him, it was the coach's fault type thing. But no, we see this with the Jazz now. The Jazz are down bad, but they were consistently making the playoffs. They'd win around, maybe get to the semis, not the
Hmm.
divisional, because it's basketball. They've been to the finals before, but they ran into a dude named Michael Jordan, fell short. They didn't go as many times as the Bills and fell short, 4 years in a row. But think about it, they all got a legendary number 12, Jim Kelly.
What?
That's your number 12 for the Bills.
John
Number
Stockton.
12, John
Stockton.
Stockton. The Bills got OJ Simpson. The Jazz got, after you finish your drink.
Like Carmelo.
Yep. In different offenses, but you get where I'm going with this.
Uh huh.
Or you could replace OJ with
Yeah.
Stephon Diggs if you want to. Kind of a little bit closer.
Yeah.
But
Trouble with women. Trouble with women. Yeah.
and then you got white rowdy fan base. Because when I think about it, I don't recall seeing a black Bills fan in any random video of them during tailgates. It's just a bunch of white people. When I see fans at the stadium, I don't see no black people. And we
Hmm.
know about the Jazz. I ain't even got to bring them up about type of fans they got.
And I mean, and they always do have a good record and manage to fail.
Hmm.
Jazz always had that high record when it was back. When you talking about Stock and Malone and them, they always like came in. If it wasn't first, second place in the West, I remember that. So they always had a good record, but like you said, they couldn't get over the hump with when it came to meeting that certain person to get you over the hump. But, Jazz with Michael Jordan, right? And that was the actual championship. But with football is the AFC championship. He can't get past Patrick Mahomes to at least raise that trophy in itself. So yeah, 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 you can look at it like you can look at it like that.
Yeah, you can even
You
go with the
there?
modern
Nah.
parallel. Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs at the time was like Donovan Mitchell, Rudy Gobert. And when they left
Mm,
the Jazz, we see what they are now.
damn.
So yeah,
Yeah,
they pretty much one and the
damn.
same. That's they parallel. I've been calling them the Knicks, or not the Knicks, but
Huh.
the Sixers for the longest time. But nah, they the Jazz.
Like I said, the Jazz.
Yeah, they
I
just
gotta
kind of
look.
on the high end right now, not the low end of it. They're gonna be on the low end very soon, and it's gonna be great.
I gotta look into that. That sounds a little interesting.
Yeah, I want to put like a parallel
Sound a
to
little
all the
interesting.
NBA, the NFL teams type thing.
I think the AFC. Okay.
We say I think the AFC winner is winning the Super Bowl. Honestly,
Oh, you saw that, right? Yeah.
yeah, I just saw it because I'm just thinking like Do you? How far you think they're gonna go with this Jared Stidham shit?
That, bro, I'm not gonna lie to you. I swear I thought about the same thing. I did, because I asked myself, okay, what is the whole point of this? Okay, yes, they are taking narratives and stories from 2000 and 17 and implying it. Okay, fine, fine. But like you just said, how far are you going? Because is this supposed to raise his stock? You get what I'm saying? Like, are they setting it up to raise Stidham stock some way, somehow? Right? Or does he win the Super Bowl? Right? Like, and it actually does end up being a Nick Foles 2.0 or 2.0 sort of, right? Um,
Yeah.
I've asked myself the same thing. Like, are they trying to set him up for something? Because they do have a habit of doing that. I'm gonna put you in a certain position, and it may raise your stock, and you're gonna start to hear his name more, right? I mean, bro, I'm not gonna lie to you. Does he do good enough to where, like, I don't know, he ends up on the Raiders or something, back to the Raiders as a starter, and I I don't know. I don't know, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I'm still trying to figure that out.
Yeah, there's a lot of cute. Okay, to make sure I'm muted. There's a lot of QB rumors though regarding the Raiders. You got Lamar Jackson trade rumors to the Raiders.
Yeah,
Mendoza, obviously, that's why Brady went to the national championship game. And say if they did do this Jared Stidham thing, where does that put Mendoza on this? Do they still take him? Like,
yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like,
what's the next move there?
you know, I I don't know. Like, what? I mean, I do know that him and damn, I had something about. Sorry about that, y'all. I know that him and what's his name, Nick Foles, both is the age of 29. Nick Foles was 29 when he had won, right? He won the Super Bowl. This Stidham is 29. Yeah. They're kind of around in the same. Who was 6 years? One was 6 years, right? And the other's 5 years in the league.
Are you
No,
talking about how long they was
how
in the
far?
league, or
No, not far. How long it took them to win the Super Bowl? It took 5 years for your man. What's his name?
Nick?
Foles, right? And
Hmm.
Stidham, this is six, right? This is year
I
six, if
think it's
I'm not.
sixth season.
That's 2019, right? So yeah, the
Yeah.
2019 season. This is the 2025. That's actually 6 seasons. Okay, so I mean, there's some similarities there. Things with numbers and things like that. But I still got to figure out, what is this for? Are they going to go like? I don't know. What is this for? Why him?
Well, someone posted this on Twitter. They mentioned that his wife has ties to the Sixers. I think she's the daughter of the owner of the Sixers. Let me see. Like he's tied in with some very very rich people.
Powerful people.
Hmm. I mean, he ain't the first athlete, obviously. Yeah, Kennedy Stidham, daughter of Harris Blitzer Sports and Entertainment CEO
Hmm.
Tad Brown, who owns the Sixers. How convenient, and the New Jersey Devils.
Okay.
Was CEO of the NBA's Houston Rockets and the Toyota Center. Graduate of Colgate. Funny is Philadelphia and Nick Foles played for the Philadelphia
The
Eagles.
Philadelphia Eagles, right?
Yeah, but I don't know if they're gonna really go all the way, and really how much money would land on the Broncos if they were to win. Because
Mm.
as it stands right now, this shit is a landslide
That's
betting wise for the Patriots. Like
so you
this
saying
shit is crazy.
uh,
91% of the money is on the
it's on a
Patriots
it's on
money
a pay,
line.
man. Oh man.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying though. For the books to know that, or well, the books is the one that set it up, but it's not like it's not going to come out. You saw how you just read it, so you got the information from somehow. We all can, if we dig deep enough, we can get these numbers right and figure out. Oh my God, who the money's one sided. So my thing is like, is something in store for this week, especially that game. Since we're talking about that game, is something in store? Because, like you said, if it's 90 something and everybody feels it's a for sure thing, you mean to tell me damn near everybody's not going to have them on their personal bet or even their parlay? They are. If you saying that 90 something, it's going to be more of that money. And then what? Right now, you can also get them on sale at a 4.5, right? Because the original
Hmm.
line was 5.5, right? The books know what they. I just be careful with that game, people. Like just just be careful. I feel something crazy is gonna happen. I do.
One of these games for sure. I don't think it's
For
just
sure.
gonna be super straightforward.
No,
And you
some
would have
weird
thought,
shit.
yeah, you would have thought going into it, before the Bo Nix ankle injury and all that shit. LA Rams, Seattle Seahawks part three. Awesome. Cool. Game two was dope as hell.
Mm-hmm.
Game three should be good too.
Mm-hmm.
But no, most of my attention gonna be on this Denver New England game because it's
Me
like
too. I ain't gonna lie. Me too. Me too.
unless they go to the Super Bowl and a lot of people try to, they push the Nick Foles shit even more and more money falls on the Broncos or Atlanta say 50-50 against whoever they play, Seahawks or Rams.
And then they end up losing to some shit like that. And that
Yeah,
could be a
pulling the
bait.
rug.
That can be the bait. That can be the bait.
So yeah, that's the big thing of there. And as far as the Rams go, I'm just ask you, do you know what February 7th is?
February 7th is what's his name's birthday?
Mm-hmm.
Matthew Stafford's birthday.
Mm-hmm. You know
Mm-hmm.
math. I ain't gotta ask you what 2 + 7 is.
Mm-hmm. 2 times 7.
That
Oh
too.
yeah, but look at
I
that
just
though.
caught that 2 × 7, but yeah, that
Look at that though. Look at that shit. Look at that. 2 + 7 is 9, right? And 2 times 7 is 4. Oh my gosh. Look at this shit. I know about the 2 times 7, obviously, right? But as soon as you hit me with that 2 + 7, I'm like, wait, hold on. His fucking jersey number's 9.
yeah, they getting a 14 in that bitch somehow.
So
Whether it
for
be
yeah,
the basic Sam Darnold number 14 or the Matt Stafford roundabout way to 14.
said 14 is gonna have something to do with that Super Bowl. I told people that shit, man. Something 14 is gonna be involved some way, somehow.
Well, here's some more 14 for you. You know they announced Sean Smith on the official as far as the officials crew. You know what number he wears as an official?
It's ain't it 14 or 41?
14.
I thought
Yeah, when I saw that, yes, I was like, these niggas here.
look at
These
that.
niggas here. You got two Sean's coaching, you got two Mike's coaching, then you got a Sean as a referee. I got to give it to him. The creativity to do all of this, that's some top notch
So
shit.
so then are we saying? I don't know. Are we saying? I don't know. People, it sound like I'm not accusing Lowe of saying this, but it sounds like Lowe is saying we're gonna get the Sean, the referee Sean, the your man Sean Payton and your man Sean McVay. I don't know. I'm just saying though. I don't want to accuse you, but I
Now,
don't
there's more to it though. Well, speaking of Sean, who else has been in the news for the last year and some change?
Sean Diddy Combs.
There you go. There's another one. I've
Ooh.
never heard so many Sean's in a short period of time. Next, you're gonna hear Sean Connery got a new movie or some shit. I don't even know if he's still alive,
Take
but
notes, y'all. Take notes, y'all. That's right.
that's
Sean is
that's
four
wild.
letters. Sean is 4 letters. Put y'all write the note. We can't listen. At some point, y'all gonna have to start paying for this shit, yo. This information, man. Listen, y'all, write that down because you see, we got it down pack here. Listen.
And yeah, back to Sean Smith real quick. He called the NFC Championship game when Philly and Nick Foles beat
Mm,
the brakes off of the Minnesota Vikings back when they had Case Keenum and Stephon Diggs, who at the time was wearing what number?
14.
Mm-hmm. There's that. And as of this season in 2025, the games that Sean Smith has been officiating, the Broncos are 1-3 currently. The Rams
What?
are
Four.
this
There you
shit is
go.
jumbled up as hell. Dang, I don't even where the fuck did I put the Rams shit? I know I had that shit. Mm-mm-mm.
Listen, y'all.
Where is my Rams shit? I had
Nah,
that
I don't.
shit written down too. I'm mad as fuck. I can't. Oh, there it is. They
Nah.
currently 5-3 this season with Sean Smith. 5-3. If they were to win the Super Bowl, it'd be 6-3. That equals 9. Obviously, you know math.
Look at that shit. I don't think the Rams are a trap. MV. I really don't think is that because I don't. I think we're talking about them, but the media itself, I don't think nobody's on the Rams. Nobody's talking about them like that. Like to actually win it from like the regular folks. I'm hearing Seahawks. I'm hearing Patriots. That's what I'm hearing. To be honest with you, I don't know
Yeah,
what you hearing.
I've seen them sprinkling, the Jarrett Sims storyline, especially with the way Denver won that game against the Bills, and right after they announced Bo Nix had the ankle injury and shit. But you mentioned something going to this backup quarterback shit on your stream, not just about Stidham, but another quarterback for the Patriots because there are three of the four backups right now that have ties to other teams currently left. You got Stidham drafted by the Patriots. Jimmy G won 2 Super Bowls with the Patriots as Brady's backup.
Hmm.
Drew Lock was at Denver at one point,
Yep.
and now he's with Seattle. Crazy how all that shit can be intertwined. But what was you saying about Jimmy G?
Shit. Which part did I say about him? I did say that.
You
Now,
had Charlie Kirk stuff. There was
yes,
I think it was
Arlington.
about his number too. Matt Stafford and his number, his Rams number. That is.
Oh yeah, yeah. So briefly, guys. So what I'm trying to say is like they can bring the whole Matt Nick Foles and Carson Wentz situation back because it still involves the same numbers, right? So Carson Wentz was number 11, right? Nick Foles was number 9, and it was Carson Wentz. It was number 11 that went down. Now it imagine a world where the same thing happened over here with the Rams. Like, not saying if some funny shit was to happen, like when what's his name? What's his name for the Los Angeles? Stafford. Stafford is 9, right? Jimmy Garoppolo people is number 11. So if we was to see Matthew Stafford number 9 get hurt, now number 11 is back into the play, like not like number 11 went out with Carson Wentz. Now number 11 is back in Jimmy Garoppolo, right? And Jimmy Garoppolo can actually be the one to save the day. And that would be the true Nick Foles do it again situation. Not what we have now, but the Super Bowl. So we can actually get that again. A backup saves the day. And yes, about Charlie Kirk. I did say Charlie Kirk comes into play somehow. Number 4. His birthday was 14, right? October 14th. But what's most
Hometown,
important?
if you ain't say it. I don't know if you brought up the hometown.
Oh yeah, and most importantly, Charlie Kirk is from Arlington, Illinois. People, right? Arlington, Illinois. That's another reason why people thought the Bears was going to do good, right? But he's from Arlington, Illinois. Well, guess where Jimmy G is from? The backup of the L.A. Rams. That's right. He's from Arlington, Illinois. They from the same place, him and Charlie Kirk. So wouldn't it be a crazy world if Stafford gets hurt and Jimmy G got to come in and be the backup and the Rams win a championship and he can finally win in San Francisco like he failed to do? Jimmy G,
There's
that is.
like, if bro, that man is a walking trivia question. If
Yeah.
that happened, it'd be a mega trivia question because no one could ever get that shit. Because right now, he is. How many quarterbacks can you say started in the Super Bowl, lost, but still got 2 rings?
Yeah,
Because
seriously.
most people ain't gonna think of him. If you ask like a random person who watches football, Jimmy G is not gonna
Nothing.
nothing
Not like
because he
nothing.
don't start. He don't start anymore.
Damn. So that's the only So and people, this is a crazy world. If that was to happen, we'll laugh on it, right? But just something I should throw out there. If people really didn't notice the whole thing, if Matthew Stafford was to get hurt, maybe the whole Nick Foles situation isn't Stidham and Bo Nix. Maybe it's not. But we got 2 games to still see if it is or if it's not with them. If they win this game coming up, or you still got the Rams if they win. Oh, just saying.
That man said Stafford been in the league since '09. He ain't lying. Shit.
Yeah.
That's funny as fuck.
Damn, that's kind of crazy when you think about it.
That's funny than a motherfucker.
Shit.
I cannot pronounce that name. But they've been setting the Rams and Seahawks game up all playoffs, making the Rams look like shit, close games and stuff. Seahawks look like the greatest show on turf, classic NFL rug pull.
Let me
And
say
you
that.
brought that up too. Yeah,
Yes.
elaborate.
Okay. Yeah. Which part though? Wait. Which part?
Whatever you was finna say.
No, because as soon as you said the greatest show on turf, I was gonna bring up, if you pay attention to the media lately, it don't have to be on first take, but if you tend to watch sports shows a lot or when they talk about sports, there's a one particular name you're gonna see pop up a lot. You know who that is? For some reason, Kurt Warner's name keeps popping up, bro. I promise you. I haven't heard from this dude in like maybe weeks, and I'm hearing about him more and more and more. Right. And we all know the team that he played for, the Rams, you know? And usually, the last time I heard from Kurt Warner, like a lot around this time in the January, right before the Super Bowl, it was the 2022 season.
When he had that movie or something, right?
Yes, and when they had that movie, and then in that same year, guess what? Patrick Mahomes, what?
Mm.
It's because it's the same year, right? The Kurt Warner shit came out that same year the Chiefs won, or was it when the Rams
No,
won?
Rams won. Rams won.
It was when the Rams won.
Yeah, same season. If that makes sense.
Sure.
Yeah,
Okay.
you might be thinking calendar year, or no, because the
Maybe
Buccaneers
I'm
won,
thinking
then the
calendar.
Rams won.
I hope. I wonder if I'm thinking calendar year, because I just do know the last time we heard his last time they heard they spoke about him so much. I promise you, it was the year that Patrick Mahomes got MVP and they won the Super Bowl against the Philadelphia Eagles. That's the last time we was hearing about Kurt Warner at a high pace, is what I'm going to say. Right, and it's
I
funny
haven't
that,
even heard of Kurt Warner this year, like at
yeah,
least not mentioned.
yeah, I have. As far as like what I mean by this is interviewing him. You know, they can interview as many people as they want, former players and everything. That's one person. He works for one of those networks, but they keep interviewing him a lot. And they, you know what they like to talk about? That greatest show on turf game with with the Patriots, right? Not
Mhm.
saying not saying that that's going to happen, but they've been speaking about him and him being a Ram, bro. I don't know. Go ahead.
Someone said Trump's second term, Eagles and Patriots first
I, I
term.
I knew somebody
Patriots,
was gonna
Eagles,
say that.
Patriots, Chiefs, or whatever, Commander in Chief.
I knew
All
somebody was gonna say
patriotic
that. Yeah,
theme shit. But I say this: if the Patriots do go, they gonna have to repay either one of them teams.
yeah,
They gonna repay them motherfuckers for sure.
yeah. I believe that. Like I believe I'm taking NFC regardless of who wins this game with Rams in Seattle.
So even if the Seahawks win, we got Sam Darnold in there, the
Oh,
Ringer.
of course. That was my second high hope though. Said Seahawks Super Bowl 60. I have the lives on that. So like I don't mind. I don't I like this. I ain't gonna lie. I like this.
That would be that's really a better underdog story for real if you think about it. If they want to do an underdog story, sure they can do the Jarrett Stidham thing, the cheap pop, backup quarterback. Sam Darnold though, think about that shit. That man went from the Jets to
Mm-hmm.
the Panthers to the Niners to the Vikings to the Seahawks.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, I forgot to tell you, he got paid. He's not top 10, but he had got paid something nice,
Oh,
right?
after last year for sure.
Yeah, he got paid, but pay that no mind.
Braun still got beef with the Rams. I know why. We know why. There's one game. That one game that happened in the Superdome where the refs act like they ain't see shit. They Fox ESPN compared to Foles, Eli Manning and Nick Foles were tweeting. Bed and Bay also looks like a day in the sun for Darnold, May, and Knicks. All AFC jobbers for the big name Q. Well, there's one QB left. That'd be a big name. One's growing, Drake May.
Mm-hmm.
So he won one Super Bowl, still don't get his respect. The second Super Bowl make him for sure Hall. He should be a Hall of Famer. Even before that Super Bowl, he should have been Hall of Fame.
Yeah,
But after the first one, Matt Stafford definitely should have been Hall of Fame. Even if he didn't have the MVPs Aaron Rodgers did.
I agree.
All right, what you think of this? Drake May will become the next Tom Brady.
Nah, it's never gonna happen. It's never gonna happen. All right, the NFL. repeats a lot of narratives. Matter of fact, sports as a whole, they repeat a lot of patterns, and we see patterns and things that they do. But when it comes to another somebody, we've never seen that. We like as far as like making him the guy. Nah, we've never seen. Somebody tell me where we've seen that.
Not the Bulls. D Rose was close, but
Yep.
we know what happened to his career.
That was they're not gonna use that narrative once again. They're not gonna use that. Like the whole Brady narrative, you ain't gonna see that.
Especially
They,
in football. Like you can
yeah.
kind of get away with that shit in basketball, but even then, like the Lakers may be the closest team to do something like that from like the Will to Kareem to Shaq type of thing. You could say they kind of did that shit.
Hmm.
Maybe the Magic, the Kobe, even players before Magic, but Magic to say Kobe. I'm not throwing that bitch ass nigga who wear 23 in there at all. But like they
Yeah.
kind of do that shit, but like in the NFL, not so much. Especially if you call the GOAT.
They're not. Nah, they'll lose a lot of money. They're not gonna do another dynasty like that. Hell no, they can't.
If they won 12 Super Bowl, that would be funny as hell though. I know it's
Well,
not gonna
yeah.
happen, but imagine if they won 12, 6 with Drake, ending with 12. The so-called GOAT is Tom Brady wearing 12. So that would be funny, but
Yeah.
I hope to God they don't do that shit. Rusha, have we seen a script leak yet? Because I don't think I've seen one yet.
I ain't seen one yet. Mm-mm.
That's when the fun is like really begins when you see
Well,
shit like that. Because
well.
they start off with one, and then they did two. They might have did three last. No, they did three. One during the conference championships, and two Super Bowl ones. I think one that first week. That's like the Pro Bowl week, and
Mm-hmm.
another one the day before the Super Bowl,
Man, look at
or
that.
like that night to where you would find it in the morning. When people
Yeah.
placing bets and shit. So they can't picture Darnold winning the Super Bowl. He kind of has a goofy reputation for seeing ghosts. Nah, we passed that. We passed that now. Like if he was still like a backup or a Nathan Peterman type of quarterback, sure, but we passed that. It's not Dan. This ain't Dan Orlovsky. The Seahawks winning diminishes the Legion of Boom. It's too early. I mean, shit. The Ravens won after that great ass defense they had back in what 2000. So it's still possible, man.
Our Super Bowl hurt my heart.
Which one? The Legion of Boomer?
Nah, the one you just said, the 2000 shit, the Ravens. I wanted I mean, I wanted the Giants to win. I wanted to see it win, but even though mm, I had got a Ray Lewis jersey right after that, I ain't even gonna hold you. But I wanted to see the Giants win the game. I'm not gonna lie to you. They beat their ass. Huh?
I was a little youngin back
You
then. The
know?
first, yeah, the first Super Bowl I saw, like that I remember, like seeing like everything. I didn't know everything about football. Obviously, I was like, what, first, second? No, I was in second grade because I was 9/11. Was the
Mhm.
Patriots and Rams game?
Of
That's all.
course.
Yeah, that was seeing the beginning of Brady's career for real.
You took not which one? Which Patriots ran? Part two
No,
or
the
one?
first one when they
Okay,
won
the
the
first
first
one.
Super Bowl,
Oh,
like
okay,
Tuck Rule,
okay,
all that shit. Yeah, that's when I really started watching football.
okay.
And that nigga been terrorizing the shit out of my life for 20 fucking years till he retired. Says Sean Payton slipped in a press conference saying that his players will have 2 weeks off, alluding that the script has them advancing. Interesting. Probably after a bong rip too. All right, so we're gonna start with this first game, Sunday, 3 p.m. Since somebody brought up Denver, Patriots 1.5 point favorite at the Broncos. Dale got the Broncos. Who you got?
I'm gonna take the Broncos on this game. Um, don't hold me to it. You know that I'm sticking with the 5.5 because that's what it originally came out as, right? And I think that's what it's gonna be based on. I think that whole 4.5 thing is like I said, they're giving people a sale, and I think people may be careful with that, right? But 5.5, but I won't be surprised if they do win straight up, right? And I still have to roll with okay, that's the number one seed. So we'll get to the X game, then I'll explain why, right? But we all know what it is.
Yeah, man. Give me the Bronx on this one. I think one of these games gonna be highway robbery as far as money, bets, and all that shit. I think it's this one because that shit is ridiculous. 91% is crazy.
Mhm.
Don't get me wrong. They've gave out free money before with the Chiefs a couple years ago
Yeah,
against
yeah,
the
yeah,
Niners,
yeah. Of
but
course.
nigga, 91%. I'm pretty sure that Chiefs Niners game part two did not have 91% on the Chiefs.
That's like yeah, that's to me that's too perfect, bro. That's too perfect. Now, listen, people, do what y'all want, but just don't jump out the window. Pay attention to that, like what Lo just said, 90 something on one team, and a lot of favorites been kicking ass this past week and the week before, right? You may just be careful. Just be careful. Oh yeah, and too much celebrating from the Patriots that last game. But yeah, anyway,
Did you say something about like the offensive lineman or something in the tunnel?
with the celebrating,
Yeah, you said I didn't see it live. I know you said something on your live stream earlier this week.
they was doing a lot of celebrating, yes, and in the tunnel, leading all the way into the locker room, they actually showed it, and they also Stephon Diggs almost cried. I'm not sure if you saw that. He
I
almost,
did see that. Yeah.
yeah, that showing Robert Kraft a lot. They kept showing him. Yeah, I said Robert Staff. That's
That's funny.
crazy. Like throughout that whole game, like they kept showing him, overly showing him. I'm like, we get it. That's the number one seed. I mean, that's the number two seed, right? And they whipping the Texans' ass, but it was just the celebrating. You would have thought that they won the AFC Championship already. Let me just say that it was like overly celebrating. So, with that being said, I usually go against the team that celebrates too much. I ain't gonna sit and try to change it now. So that's why I'm on. I'm on Denver.
Kind of like how we saw the Bears after that big win over the Packers.
Absolutely.
Next game played Rams. Essentially same script as the Denver
Yeah.
Buffalo Bills game.
Yeah.
The president of FIFA has sat with Robert Kraft both games in the playoffs. Okay, cool. They probably butt buddies. Okay, they
Let's
probably
say you
butt
gonna win the
buddies.
championship because of that.
I guess I don't know. They probably butt buddies. Rich people do weird shit together. Next game we got 6:30 p.m. The LA Rams at the Seattle Seahawks, 2.5 point favorite to the Seabirds. 55% of money on the Seabirds, 53 of the bets. Seabirds essentially 50-50. So who you got? B, who you got?
I mean, I'm torn. I'm kind of mad the NFL didn't make this matchup, but it was a matchup I wanted to see. I was always high on the Rams. Like I said, for the past, I don't know, since 2018, I've always said put the Rams always put the Rams in there for me. It's been like that. Just put them there. So I just always usually put them there by default. Seahawks. Try to tell people about. I told people about this months ago, man. I told them what was going to happen with these Seahawks, and sure enough, look, we got the Rams and the Seahawks at that in the finals. And listen. Try to tell people that 14, that Sam Darnold shit was in front of y'all face, man. It was in front of y'all face. Y'all kept saying 49ers and shit. Everybody was saying some crazy shit, right? Let me get the Rams though.
Yeah, that was a funny comment there. Devin, I ain't, you got a lot of numbers and letters, nigga. But
What he
Devin, that
said.
shit was funny. This shit right here. I could stop laughing at that shit, bro.
Oh, Cardi B, Ben Stephon. Stephon is a little different.
I
That's
mean,
all
he
I'll
is a
say.
wide receiver now, so
I get it.
hey, playing a position, I guess. But
Oh,
yeah, so hey,
oh, and, and and another reason why I say Rams too, people, man, gotta pay attention to that five. Kept saying 14 all year long, right? Number
hmm
five, man. That number five. It's crazy. It's weird how we got that only number five team in the playoffs that's left. Like, why that seed? I don't. People don't find that a little bit weird. Why that seed?
usually it'd be like 6 seeds and shit to go.
Yeah, yeah.
If
Why?
it's
Why?
a higher one,
Why the number nine? I mean, what number nine? Why five? Why five? We get the Rams, man.
if again,
Yeah.
if Denver were to win and LA were to win, what's the seeds add up to?
Wait, you said if? If
If Denver won and LA won, what's the seeding add up
oh, the
to?
15, the 15.
I
Well,
mean
well,
addition. One
oh,
plus five.
six,
Yeah.
six. Okay, okay, okay.
Yeah.
I was putting it together with the whole Patrick Mahomes thing this year. You know, number 15, we get a Super Bowl 15, 1 through 5. Same way your man Patrick Mahomes goes down.
Or you do opposite of addition, do subtraction. 5 minus 1. Y'all know what that is.
4. There you go. The one versus the 5 gives you the 4 in between, right? That's the difference
Mm-hmm.
between 1 and 5. That
So it could
4
be
I
the
keep telling
Rams triple
people about.
six win. Yeah. Real quick, Dell picked the Rams. I'm taking the Rams. Damn, it was something I was about to say, and I totally forgot what it was. I think it was about Stephon Diggs. Yeah. Usually, when a player has like legal issues,
Yeah,
there's two for the Patriots. Usually, that team does not win the Super Bowl.
yeah,
Typically,
they don't. If it's not bad, if it's some bad stuff, like, or you mean like off the field, right?
yeah, off the field.
Yeah, yeah. When it's off the field, they kind of do bad. They do. Yeah. Aaron Hernandez. That happened. Well, the stuff about him happened what year?
Oh, actual like calendar year
Yeah, I'm trying to think.
20.
Like when it was in public, like when it was public, because he was
Oh,
still playing.
when they announced, not when he quote unquote commit, unalived himself, but like the shit happened.
Yeah, yeah, because it was being talked about while he was still playing, though, right? Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
like that whole such and such happened. I think yeah.
Because he unalived himself in 2017. Obviously, we know what team won that Super Bowl, 28-3. Even though it was a 2016 season, but so that was what year? What year did you just say?
Um, I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I'm trying to figure out. I'm still trying to figure out a year. The Aaron. Oh yeah, Aaron Hernandez. When did it happen? Like that's
Because
what that's the.
you got shit from 2013, the Miami shooting. You got shit 2015, witness intimidation. You got the stuff back in the late 2000s, should I say, at Florida. 2012, 2012 Boston double homicide. Hernandez was investigated in connection with a double homicide that took place on July 16th, 2012, near the Cure Lounge in Boston South
I
End.
got it. I got it. 2013. The scandal broke on June 17th, 2013.
Hmm.
So right before the 2013 season. Who won that? Did the Broncos win that one?
Not 2013, no.
Nah, who won the 2000? Not
Seahawks.
The Seahawks?
Yeah. 2013, you're talking about the 2013, 2014 season, that was Seahawks. Because the
Yeah.
Broncos went, and then that was
Yes, yes. Okay, yeah, that
the
okay.
Manning massacre, yeah.
The 13th season Seahawks. The the 14th season the Patriots, and the 15th season was the Broncos.
Yeah.
There you go. Okay. There you go. Yeah, 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 yeah. So the Seahawks season is when the Aaron Hernandez joint happened. This the Stephon Diggs shit. When did they say
Where
he
to
got arrested?
start?
They
Because there's
said that
like,
you know what? It was the incident. It was and it's the funny part. The incident happened on when 12/2, or basically 14. It happened on December 2nd. I remember that. I got that in my notes. So you could say that's when it technically broke. That's when the call and the arrest happened. That's when it happened.
what I think of his legal issues always go back to the I guess the first thing. You remember that Chris Blake Griffin dude that talked about he
Yes.
drugged them, and that's the first thing I think of. Not even the Cardi B, none of that shit.
Mm,
Yeah, that's what I think of. And I'm had all them damn kids this year too.
yeah. I mean, to me, it just seems weird for him to have all this, like I said, negative light towards him, right? And then the Patriots win the championship. It's kind of now. Listen, we could be wrong, but based on that, that's not usually how the NFL does it. It's too much negative things that follow him. You feel me? Eh, nah, I don't. And then usually, right? what usually happens when a team or even a professional athlete wins? What usually happens a couple days later, or a couple weeks later? He wins a big matchup.
Wait, say that again.
Okay, so let's say for instance, if a professional athlete or even a team they win a huge game, what usually happens weeks later or like days later with said player or
Oh,
said
I
team?
was my mind went to a player tied to the team passes
Okay,
on
now
or some shit. But you hear some legal shit,
there
something,
you go.
some scandal, some bullshit comes out,
Ab-
unless you in that special club.
Absolutely. So that's the Lobo just told you guys. Just write that in your notes, and you heard it here on the Pick'em Show. Whenever an athlete or even a team wins let's just I'm gonna say special game, right? Just for for the sake of the conversation. When they win an anticipated or a special game, it could be a professional athlete itself or even a team. Expect some news, some legal news of said player or a big player from whatever team, right? Your favorite boxer, whatever. They're going to have a scandal or what you call it a ritual, right? If you guys want to
Humiliation
call it that,
ritual,
some type of
scandal.
ritual, humiliation ritual, anything. It usually happens. Case in point, didn't you spoke about it? Didn't it just happen to Anthony Joshua? You get all that money, right? You get all that money by beating Jake Paul, whether you think it's a good fight or not, whatever. But it was a popular fight enough to make all the money that they did, right? I think that's the most money he won in a long time. And look what just happened to him.
Yep,
We can
victim of the Jake Paul curse,
there
as
you
they
go.
call it.
We can go down a list of a whole bunch of players. Rest in peace to MJ's father. When they do that 3P, what happens? You get what I'm saying? Just to name, if we're not going to even talk about Tyson, let's not even go there with Mike Tyson. We'll spend the whole show talking about that. Listen up, look at all the players that usually win something special. Some scandal comes out. So just let you know.
Troy said with every Patriot Super Bowl win, there's either a scandal, cheating, or a crime involved. Most of the scandals been football related though. Whenever
Yeah,
there's
that's why
like
I
the
asked you that.
Flake Gate and
That's exactly why I asked you. I said, when you say scandal, let me know. That way, for the sake of the conversation, what he just said right there was exactly what I thought. Like most of the Patriot scandals are, like you said, Deflategate, some dumb shit like that. But when it's off of the field, they usually don't have success those years.
what year was it when Robert Kraft? Because they swept that shit clean on the rug. You remember Robert Kraft got caught up with some hookers and all that shit?
What Brady gone?
No, Brady was still with the Patriots
And that's the year after they lost against the Eagles.
when it came out, or was it during the season they lost to the Eagles? Is or
Right
during
at
that calendar
right
year?
after. Yeah, right after that. Right after that 2018 February, right? Against the Eagles. After that. The whole Robert Kraft thing, I think it came into play that season. If you're talking about what happened when Tom Brady was still there, yeah, that was there last year. Not his no, not his last year. That was the year he won the Super Bowl. I'm sorry. Yeah, he won the Super Bowl that year.
I'm talking about his last one against the Falcons.
No, the Rams. That's why
Oh
actually
my bad, I'm tripping.
The
Yeah, Rams.
Robert the
You're right.
Robert Kraft situation happened when you said Tom Brady was still there, right?
Yeah.
So okay, yeah. If it did, then I had to be when the what's that against the year they lost against the Titans, the first round. Tom Brady's last year.
I remember that game like it was yesterday. Mike
Yep.
Vrabel obviously was coaching the Titans at the
Yep.
time. Funny how he's on the Patriots, which that's not a shock.
Threw that interception. You saw how he threw that intercept right to him, basically. It was, yeah, Brady's last year, the 2019 season. Yeah.
Troy said Chandler Jones was snorting coke and naked running down the road and attacked a cop a few days before the AFC Championship when they beat the Falcons. Mm. Said
Plenty.
Broncos get their fourth Super Bowl.
Yeah. That's shout out to new number with that one. I'm not gonna lie, low. I kind of thought about that and laughed. I did. I laughed because it always brings me back to Deion Sanders. You know the picture I showed you, right, with the four when he's holding down the four at draft day.
Hmm.
Ironically, like just why that? And I spotted that. Then I said, you know what? And this is back then, months ago, right? I said, if any team can win their number four, that actually could be the Broncos. And the Broncos had the most money on them to win the division, the AFC West. I remember that. And I didn't understand why. You know what they were? They closed off at a minus 480 before the season started. I said, based on what? Where's all this money coming from? Like, why that? And sure enough, look what just happened.
That's crazy as hell. I didn't even know that. That's
Yeah.
insane.
I remember that. I remember all the I'm not gonna lie, people. The Broncos talk didn't come like just this season. It actually was before the season. But I never spoke about it because I never understood why. I said, where's this coming from? Like it's not like they got a big draft that they just got, a good draft pick. Where is all this coming from? Their quarterback is Bo Nix. Eh, Yo, before week one, it was minus 480. I'll never forget that. And the Chiefs was a minus 190. I said, okay, this don't make no sense. And look what happened.
Where was the Chargers at on this equation?
The Chargers was plus money. They was like around plus 125, 130 ish or something like that.
Hmm. That's interesting.
Yeah, and the Raiders was far. Yeah. So that was a telltale sign right there.
Trey said he just think they're gonna prop up Drake to make him a suitable long-term antagonist for Patrick Mahomes, and it serves the dual purpose of shaming Josh Allen since Drake May has always been compared to him.
Hmm.
Always, like he been in the league only. It ain't been 2 full years yet. I don't know about always.
I mean, for the fact that they face off twice a year, right? It would make more sense if you have a enemy, right?
Unless it's a situation where like they both can pass, they both can run, they do dual threat quarterbacks. They happen to be white or some shit. I don't.
Okay.
I haven't heard a lot of Drake May, Josh Allen comparisons like that.
Not me either.
Yeah, that's news to me. But I don't know about a long term antagonist for Pat Mahomes like that.
Nah. And then no, okay, no. Those are two different divisions. Yeah, but they will have to face off. They will have to face off at least every single year then, for the most part.
Kind of like the Manning Brady thing, where they
Yeah, I was.
not necessarily in the same division, but
Hmm.
in the playoffs, they paths seem to cross. Even when Peyton went to Denver, they paths still cross.
You know the funny part on that shit. You some people you do know Tom Brady and what's his name, Peyton Manning started in the same division together, right?
Hmm.
That was
Before
which
they
is
realign shit and add the Texans and
Yes, people. Yep, they used to face each other twice a year, and then, like you said, they realigned things, and now it's what is it, three? No, four divisions per conference. It used to be like three, right? Three divisions per conference or something like that.
yeah, it was like two of them had more teams than the other.
Yeah, that's how
And
the NFL used to. That's how
it's
the
like
NFL used to do it.
the Falcons was in the West and shit. It was I think it was like the
Yeah,
Falcons, the Saints, it was like the I want to say the Cardinals or some shit. It was some
yeah,
weird, funky ass shit that made no sense. And then they made sense of it,
yeah.
kinda. They could
So
still switch a couple
I
things up.
say all that. I say all that to say, like, if they do something like that, but I don't know about the whole, like, Josh Allen. I don't see they putting Josh Allen's nemesis in the same division. Bad enough he has a problem. Nah, I don't know if I see that. That'd be
But
crazy.
Diggs was getting interviewed before a game recently and said May plays like Allen. I mean, the nigga did play for both quarterbacks, so
Yeah,
that's no different. I take that kind of like how Tyreek Hill was talking about Tua was more accurate than Mahomes. Like you just saying
yeah,
shit.
yeah,
All right,
yeah, yeah, yeah. Mm. Okay. I mean, I I agree with that. I mean, yeah. I mean, if it's a minus four and people remember that's not even a true 4.5. They're putting it on sale. And that's not my opinion. Just go check the end like the the stats and check out how it changes. Is only because they want to sell. It's not like a whole bunch of money is pushed towards the Broncos to the point where it's changing the line. That's not what's happening right now. People still heavy on the Patriots. The books is just trying to get you out of it's a sale. That's exactly what that is. That's what they call it. It's a sale. So yeah, if you want to take it, go ahead, but be careful with the five.
Said Drake's comparison. Come on, college was a poor man's Josh Allen slash. Okay, how are you? How can you be a poor man's Justin Herbert when Justin Herbert's a poor man's Justin Herbert? Like how?
Damn.
How
So
does
he's just
I'm
the
trying to?
lowest, right? Josh
Yeah,
Allen.
like you go when you don't win, you get eliminated in the wild card. You look like the dude that soccer moms get wet for. Like you got acne at 30 for some weird reason. We don't know why. Like you the LA Chargers, bro. Like
So he's just that bad. That's crazy.
you just he it really boils down. And I'm saying this. I don't think he really got a personality like that. I think that's what it boils down to.
Mm,
He got the look, but the personality is not there.
they can't do nothing with it.
Yeah, it's like sure we can put you in these these commercials and shit to hold some products, but talking and showing emotion.
Was he in the State Farm commercial, right? I think he was in a State Farm commercial, y'all. Yeah, I think people in the
When was he
chat.
in a state? Justin Herbert.
Yes, with Patrick Mahomes.
I remember Travis Kelsey and Andy Reid. I don't and Derrick Henry. I don't remember Justin Herbert.
I I know I'm not.
I know he
I
was in
know I'm not.
something though. Why do I feel like one of them was a shampoo commercial? But I know he was in something though.
Sure.
Oh,
Don't
that
do
nigga
that.
San Diego Clippers.
I'll find it. I remember I remember him being on some shit, and Patrick Mahomes or Patrick Mahomes mentioned his name. What anyway?
He said, Mike. He said he's dating Madison Beer. Well, he being used by Madison Beer because she want to be like Taylor Swift, but no one gives a shit about Madison Beer and Justin Herbert like the Taylor Swift, Travis Kelsey shit. But yeah, she really wants. That's more of a she wants to really, lock down the NFL player and brag and all. You know how that shit go. Kind of same shit
Mhm.
Cardi be doing with the baby daddy shit.
So you're not trustworthy.
Yeah, that nigga being used. How would you rate the NFL season 1 through 10? One being bad, 10 being good. What you think?
This season, you know what? I'll say nine because there's been plenty of lives where I spoke with excitement. You know, I feel how I feel, but I was entertained. I think I was very entertained this season. I was. Um, I rated a nine. Yeah, I think the storylines was. You know what it is. You know what it is. It's kind of like we kind of like expect these type of things already, right? And I think that's what it is. Being that I'm expecting it to happen. I feel good when it happens. So it's like, yeah, I like it. So I guess maybe because it was going the way I saw it. So I'm gonna say a nine.
I put that at hmm. In the totality of things, it was my favorite team missing the playoffs, but that game though, I ain't gonna lie. I don't care who won that shit. I don't care if Pittsburgh won. I will say that is the one time that's not the one time, but out of every game I've watched this season, that was the one time I sat back. Like you ever just watch a game, just sit back and think, damn, that was a good ass game right there. I enjoyed that shit. Like you see a good wrestling
Yes.
match, and it was like
Yeah.
a good they had good spots, the way they built up the match and everything, it made sense. I was like,
Yes.
damn, I ain't even mad at that shit. Like they gave you the loops, the turns, the roller coaster ride. I'm like, all right, that's what's up. I ain't
Mhm.
even that's how I felt about the Denver Buffalo game. I was like, I ain't even mad. That's what's up. That's what's up. I'm cool with that shit. I don't give a fuck about the Seahawks and who are they playing. I don't even the Niners. I don't give a damn about that game, but
Mhm.
that Denver Buffalo game, yeah, they was cooking. They was cooking.
That
I give it a hmm
now think about every week now. Oh no, no, oh, no, no. Yeah, I want to know your rating. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
8. I'm gonna give it an
Eight.
8.
That's fair enough.
College football probably gets an 8 too, because they gave us a new team that we really didn't expect at the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I give it an 8.
All right. All right. All right.
What was you finna say though?
No, it's not. No, 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 no. You said it. I was gonna ask a question, but you already answered it. Matter of fact.
That's what it is. Herbert and May got SoFi commercials. Okay.
So he got a SoFi commercial.
And he played at SoFi Stadium, so that makes
Okay.
sense.
Yo, thank you, Troy. I
Somebody
stand
brought
corrected.
up
I stand corrected.
what's his name? Josh Allen about if he goes somewhere else. Do you think he ends up on the Rams after Stafford retires
That's
due to the sponsorship?
that's what I think. And actually, I brought that up. I once again, I'm going by just stories of maybe how I would feel if I had to, sum it all up. To me, it would make sense because we all know Matthew Stafford is not going to be playing forever, even though he's been playing for a long time. But no, no, no. On the serious note, he's going to leave soon, right? So you still have to ask yourself, who's going to be our next quarterback? The what is it? The Lakers or the Rams? Just like like you say, the Chargers and the Clippers are the same thing, right? So they still need somebody there. Maybe they'll have a backup start for a year, whatever. But I could see Josh Allen leaving the Bills and going to the Rams because it fits the narrative. Like you said, he's with SoFi, so he's already rocking with them. He's their spokesman. He's from Cali, right? Correct. He
Fireball.
yeah, he's a Cali. He's from the same state. So he has that look and he has that image for a Cali boy, and it just fits right for him. Yeah, all the narratives like point towards his way if things continue the way they are, because they do have a new stadium, and who knows, they may have something like in the store for Josh Allen when the stadium hits, because it's going to be a big deal up there in Buffalo.
What do you think is gonna be this like big in store? Is it for him or the Bills or just him?
Mhm. So about next year, right?
Yeah, yeah, with the new stadium and stuff. Because right now they looking for a head coach, and the front office is a mess, or the mess is being shed to light. So
What if I won't be surprised if they miss the playoffs next year? But
so
I'm
a
only
more accelerated version of what happened to the Falcons, because the Falcons made it the year after 23 they still made the playoffs but lost, but after that ain't done shit since.
yeah, yeah. I really feel like, because I mean, they can have Josh Allen go out in two ways. They can have Josh Allen go out in a good season. I can see a storyline of they can have another season where things is good, but they don't win. But it's a successful season. But Josh Allen just like dips, and then now all the fans hate him for that. You can have that, or you can have the regular that they always do. Now you're going to start to decline to the point where, okay, this is the year, it's time for you to be out. You guys could have made the run, which is Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes is hurt, so you guys should make the run. That ended up being a disappointment. So now the next year, or even the next year or two, ends up bad. And then you hear the talks and the storylines like, oh, does Josh Allen got to go? You know what messed it all up for the Bills? That yeah, Patrick Mahomes was hurt. I can see that now. And then ever since then they haven't been the same. I'm telling you, I can see that story right now. I can see it.
Yeah, I was just like scouring the internet. They said that 13-second game was the game that broke the Bills.
They do bring that up a lot though, too though. So you got a point there. They bring it up a lot.
They ain't been right ever since then.
Man, that's true. That's true.
Did we talk about the new Ravens head coach Jesse Minter? No, we didn't. No, we didn't. I ain't mad at the hire. I'm not mad. I mean, he ain't gonna bring a Super Bowl or nothing as long as Lamar's there. But I ain't mad at it. I want to see what they bring on as the OC, because that's the biggest storylines. Like the offensive play calling has been wonky from Monken, Greg Roman. I'm curious who they bring in for that. And the Chiefs got back Eric Bieniemy, and I was like, shit.
Yo, wait,
That means they're gonna be good on offense again. Fuck.
time out, low. You do know me, you, and Dell said this shit. That I don't know if you forgot. We said it plenty of times. Eric Bieniemy is going to go back to the Chiefs.
Because he gets blackballed everywhere else, and I
That's
do
what
remember that. Yeah,
That's what we had. We had this. You know what it is? Because I certain shit I don't forget. This conversation we had. This conversation about 2 years ago. That's the reason why you probably like it. Probably went off your head. But I remember because I remember exactly where I was when we had the conversation. Right? Say yo,
I
Eric
think it
BM.
was the Super Bowl show too.
It
Yeah,
was he's gonna have to go back because it ain't gonna work for him nowhere else. Remember, he tried to get y'all. Remember, he tried to get a head coaching jobs and it wasn't working. So if he's not going to get a head coaching job, what was the sense of him leaving in the first place? Because remember, the big deal was that he deserves a head coaching job. So okay, well, you leave, but what was he? He was still an OC for another team, but that didn't work out, right? So for all that, you might as well just go back to where you originally got your fame from. It just makes sense. It makes sense.
that's like McDaniel's going back to the Patriots.
Yes.
Always coming back to the Patriots. He a shitty ass
Yeah.
head coach, but he always found his way back to New England, no matter
Yeah.
what.
Yeah. Exactly. It failed right when he was in what?
Vegas.
Oakland, Vegas. Yeah. It was failures, right? Yeah. Did he ever go to Denver? No.
Why do I feel like he was on Denver?
That's what I felt.
Not as a head coach, but I
For the
want to say
OC,
that
right?
man was.
I feel like I'm tripping. Am I tripping?
I don't think you are. Let me see.
Oh, okay. If I'm tripping, y'all can like that. I
Because I
can.
know he was almost the Colts head coach. I don't know if I called that man Sean. I don't know. No, it's Josh. I don't know if I said Sean or not. But
That was when they had the stories about him, right? Like, oh, where's Josh McDaniels gonna go? Right? They made a big deal. Like, oh, is he gonna be the what you call it coach? Did he take the job? Right? Say,
so he reneged on the one for the
yeah,
Colts because they like
yeah.
ESPN like announced it, and then next day like,
There
nah,
you
he ain't
go.
do it. And then that's when he basically turned into the bad guy, or they realize people
Yeah,
realize, oh, he's a real piece of shit. But
yeah,
no, he
yeah.
was the Broncos head coach from '09 2010.
Okay, all
Obviously,
right.
all this Patriots stance, OC for the St. Louis Rams 2011, 2012 20 through 2021, OC quarterback coach for the Patriots. Then Raiders 2022, 2023, 2020, all these damn twos. 25 to now, Patriots.
Okay, okay, because I
Jesus
remember
Christ.
seeing him in Broncos gear, bro. I remember that shit. I'm like, I know I'm not tripping, or am I tripping? Yeah.
All that shit intertwined, and then you factor in the Rams and shit. That's crazy. 6-time Super Bowl champion.
Mhm.
20 and 33 head coaching record, though. Mm, ass. Terrible.
This, this game, it's gonna be a good game, bro. Well, no, no. Let me say, I hope it is. He was Tebow's coach. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
that's what.
Oh, was.
All
That's
right,
right.
yeah. Sometimes our minds go blank, y'all. Like I know I seen him in Broncos gear before.
And you know what's crazy, though? You remember Chandler Jones had that live where he like broke down and he was talking about Aaron Hernandez and who was responsible for his unaliving, allegedly, should I say?
Didn't he?
Josh McDaniel.
Yeah.
And guess who Hernandez college teammate was?
Was your man? What's his name? Tim Tebow.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
That's crazy. Crazy shit. All right, so yeah, before we slide up out here, locks. Since it's 2 games, one of them pick a game, and the other one it could be a prop bet, it could be the spread. I think you said 5.5.
Okay, yeah.
Whatever.
So Rams people like I'm going with the Rams, right? Straight up. Well, obviously we have to, right? So it's Rams, but my other pick would be that the Patriots and Broncos game that I'm on, and I'm gonna take the 5.5 because that's originally what the spread is. Now I do know it went down to 4.5 for some people, but I don't think I don't see nothing wrong with buying the 5.5 back. It's not you still get some good odds for it, right? So I would take that 5.5 back, or if you can get a good price on the 6, probably take the 6 just in case it lands on there. But I like the 5.5 to make a long story short.
So Denver plus 5. Damn, I don't even give myself
Yeah.
enough room to write that shit. Hold on. Denver plus 5.5. Dell's lock was the Rams. My lock is the Rams. Oh man, I didn't even think about the next one. What it would
What?
be besides the lock being the Rams, just some other shit.
Hmm.
Hmm. Cause I do like a good fun prop touchdown from time to time. I'm gonna take a stab in the dark. Kyron Williams, anytime touchdown. That's my stab in the dark lock.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick with that one. Tempting to go with like a Puka Nakua, but I'm gonna go with that one.
Oh, okay.
Say Cliff Kingsbury to the road. Please no. That's like 6 good weeks of offense, and then that shit gonna be trash.
Yeah, he a failure, buddy.
I hope not. I really hope not. Yo, that's crazy. Chandler Jones said that Josh wanted to assault his stepson. Wow. Allegedly.
Damn.
That's wild as fuck. But yeah. Ooh, wait, one more before closing thoughts. Devontae Adams 0-4 in conference championships could be 1-4.
Um, I'm on the Rams, baby. So I do believe in that. Yes, I believe in that. The 1-4, I believe in that.
Oh shit. He from young man, bro. No wonder. No one that make a whole lot of sense.
Super mob, sir.
Yeah, it's like remember when we talk about Pittsburgh and shit and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think was it Signetti from Pittsburgh.
Yep.
I remember we talked about he got mobbed, allegedly got mob ties. But yeah, Youngstown, Ohio, there's a lot. I mean, a lot of coaches and stuff from that area, bro. They got ties there from the Bo Pellinis,
Like a cult.
Tressel, Jim Tressel from Ohio State. Like that make a whole lot of sense. He ain't got one of the mob like last names,
Huh.
but that yeah, basically like that mob family from Power Force, basically. Damn. Shit, Vic Flynn kind of looked like him too. Like a younger version. Damn, I did not know that. I'm gonna go down the rabbit hole tonight. Anyway, man, you got any closing thoughts before you slide up out of here?
Um, just pay attention to the 5. That's all. Just pay attention to the 5, y'all. If you don't understand what I'm saying, just pay attention to the 5. That's it.
Yeah, all I gotta say is for anybody on the East Coast, Northwest, I think they getting snow too.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, stay warm, stay stocked up. Do not try to drive. You kind of think you can't. Nah, bro. Don't play
Uh-huh.
with that. Don't play with that ice and that black ice shit, bro. That shit ain't fun. It's not gonna be fun if you get stranded in say 10-degree weather, some shit. So y'all be safe out
Hmm.
there. Wear condoms. Say no to drugs. Feel like there's one I'm forgetting. Can't think of it. But yeah, hit that like button. Comment who you got going into the Super Bowl, winning all that stuff, and we out.